7 on 1st and 10.
Bond going to throw it.
And right away, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Now Herbert following the turnover. Dancing to his left.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about...
The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they send a man in motion right. They snap it to Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 29, Mond. High throw, but the catch is made. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
The Colts hit 10-4 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Appreciate for watching.
So now 2nd and 10 after the
please.
incompletion on first down.
Mond looks to throw.
Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 41, Mond. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Dayo Odeyingbo
collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Flush to his right. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. To the air again, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon.
Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw again on second down. Mond. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21. 23 yards the pickup there. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run here with Taylor. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
Well, you're going to have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think they're built like that.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make it 24-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Herbert.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert back to the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Herbert. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
10 seconds.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, it's Herbert.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Herbert throwing again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Herbert now. Being chased out left. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a first carry for their fullback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Here's Mond.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. Touchdown!
Jonathan Taylor.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Strike. Check. Strike. Drill. 52.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down from the gun, it's Mond.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Play action. It's Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Herbert off of play action. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he's got some space here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, here's Mon.
Catch made here by Campbell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and 11 now.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down.
Mon.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1 yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the gun, here's Mon.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock, with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful. They've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Looking Austin Eckler's way again.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long. When they throw the football, they're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice.